Okay, hey guys, and welcome back to our Reign of the Warlock review series. We're just doing some ladder gameplay with our level 75 Warlock. We're going to join a Hell Game private. Okay. We'll summon our goatman here. Maybe we'll do a cow run and see how that goes. Oh, this is hell. Okay, maybe we'll do a pit run. So pit is like a notorious level 85 area where people will magic find early ladder in hopes of finding like high-end uniques and things like that. So I do have my magic find at almost 300%. And I'm hoping that will absolutely make a difference in terms of being able to find some useful gear. I saw this like ballista build that one guy had. Ballista being the unique crossbow. It's like an intermediate level unique. And yeah, when you fully synergize your mirrored blades and you upgrade the ballista and everything, you can do somewhere around like 7,000 damage. And then you're also you're also doing the multi-shot thing because the mirrored blades will multiply the number of arrows you attack with. So, it's pretty strong. You're shooting like 7,000 damage at potentially like 5 different targets. And, I'm not saying it's some sort of S-tier build or anything, but it looks like fun. And it looks like the items are also attainable for early ladder. And to be honest, those are the things that drive me. Like the fun of it, right? Efficiency is one thing, but when you're playing early ladder, you don't have the benefit of all the great gear, all the good endgame gear. So you have to be strategic about the kind of gear you're equipping and how your playstyle is. And it could be a lot of fun, so... Right now, I think we strayed from the path a bit, but we're just looking for the hole, or the pit as it's known. So let's go here. There it is, pit. So this is a level 85 area. People use it for magic finding. Okay, I got excited. I thought that might be like a 4-socketed, but we'll take it. Might make like a malice rune word or something in it for someone just for a giveaway. Okay, not bad. Too bad about the solar creeper. It's a useless skill, but the 2 to druid is pretty nice, so we'll keep that. I've noticed the theme of lots of plus skill items dropping this season, so I don't know if that's just my luck or something they've tuned for. It just seems like a lot, an extraordinary amount of plus skill gear. Not that I'm complaining, but that's how it feels, right? I could be totally incorrect about that. So it's good to go to town and replenish your ID scrolls when you run out. So we'll do that. We'll sell this, I guess, right? 3 to Blizzard. Should we keep it? I guess we don't have another one. Maybe we'll keep it. So, what else can I tell you guys? Yeah, I'm enjoying this build. It's more passive compared to the like Echoing Strike build, which is more active gameplay. You're more actively engaged. With Echoing Strike, you're constantly having to aim and reposition. Whereas with Bind Demon, Summon Goatman, and those kinds of skills, it's more of a Necromancer style gameplay where you kind of fall back a little bit. You're playing more of a supporting role. You can play an active role depending on what you max in like the Eldritch tree. Again, I do plan to end up using like a bow and stuff like that to dish out some damage of my own. But for the time being, I'm just having my summons do all the dirty work. When I say summons, I include the Bound Demon as a summon as well. I know it's technically incorrect, but just for the sake of brevity. So not bad, we like Omrunes. Let's see here if this is any good, maybe we'll sell it. Sell it to the vendors, I mean. Okay, so overall pretty underwhelming, but that's just one run of many, right? So let's go for another run and see how this run works out. We have all of our Magic Find gear on, so my reasoning is sooner or later we're bound to find something worth keeping. You know, we have found a couple of things here and there, but nothing too crazy. Nothing to write home about, as they would say, right? Okay. So we're just gonna look for, we're gonna go Outer Cloister, and we're gonna look for the pit again. You know, if you want to sort of speed things along, you can use your Blade Warp. It is a much slower teleporter than, say, Teleport, right? I think that was done on purpose so that Teleport still retains its, like, prestige, if you will. They don't want to probably outclass the Sork by making something more efficient. So I can understand the design choice. Having said that, it is a little too slow and kind of boring as well. I don't know. That's just my opinion. I'm a little bit hard to please. And I just think that this Blade Warp skill is kind of a sleepy skill. Like, maybe it's a 1-point wonder. Oh, Yorun, not bad. Maybe it's a 1-point wonder, little amp damage there, but we're not going to keep it. Yeah, it could be like a little 1-point wonder with the Blade Warp. Like, I've only got it level 1. But I don't see myself maxing that unless I was running an Echoing Strike build. Then it's part of the synergies, and so then in that case I would max it. Yeah, see, when you go Echoing Strike, Mirrored Blades and Blade Warp are the two synergies, so you'd want to max both for optimal damage output. So I have a feeling the pit is this way. This just comes with experience after years of playing. Here we go. You kind of develop like a sense for it. What's also nice too is that there is a discrepancy between my level, which is 75, and the area level, which is 85. And that discrepancy makes it so I get quite a bit of experience. Speaking of which, there's a nice experience shrine. I get quite a bit of experience as my guys do the bidding here. So a couple of different skills I'm using here. So like I showed you earlier, I've got Max Demon Mastery, Max Summon Goatman, and Max Bind Demon, but I am using skills like Engorge for as a 1-point wonder, which is basically like a healing skill for your summons. When you cast it on a corpse, your summons get back a percentage of life. I also have Consume, which if I consume certain demons will give me certain stats. I can also summon a Defiler or a Tainted if I choose. Sometimes it's fun to have a Defiler because they cast a skill that binds your enemies together and they share damage, so it's kind of like a group control skill, right? So it's always nice to have those as part of your arsenal. What else can I show you guys here? So we're just moving along here, doing another pit run essentially, and gaining experience, having lots of fun with that, and then hoping for some item drops as well. Let's see, what's this jewel? Okay, not bad for lower level. See all the curses going off because of the cursed stat on the bound demon, right? I think they're all getting amped right away. As soon as he attacks them, gives them a big wet kiss. Sorry, I thought I heard a bow drop. Oh, maybe not. Sometimes level 2 you get better drops. Let's see what happens. I don't know, there's some sort of extra strong demon there. Oh, okay. Let's see what stats. Nothing special. this could be fun if converted into like an honor for lower level dueling. I like to hold on to stuff like that. It's good for imbue quests with Charcy as well, right? You could end up getting some really great stats even if you end up having to upgrade it. So that was a pretty underwhelming run. Let's do a tower run. And Countess is guaranteed to drop runes. Mind you, they're not always the best runes. But we could use some lowered runes like rune and stuff like that, Soul rune. So doing her in Hell also gives you a chance of getting higher runes like I think even Maul, possibly even Ist. I think that's about as high as she goes. It's like a Maul Ist, something like that. Maybe a gold rune, but I'd be surprised. Okay, this isn't the pit, this is a different level 85 area, but it is a level 85 area, so I think we'll magic find it all the same. They can definitely be a little too spicy for the mercs sometimes. But, you know, we do what we can and we send them back in. So that's another cool thing about Mark of Death is you don't have to send it on an existing enemy. You can pretty much send it anywhere on the map and your demons will retask to that exact point. Or regroup onto that exact point, I should say. Okay, not too exciting, but you know, it's still something. At least it's a unique, you know. Sometimes we gotta just be happy for what we get. Shit, sorry guys, I took my eyes off the prize for a second. I was looking at my phone, seeing if my fiance had texted me, and I died. That's alright, no problem. So we'll just do a save and exit. And that's one thing about this game I want you guys to always remember. It's just a game. Have fun, you know. Don't be afraid to die. Don't be afraid to lose your bound demon. You can bind another one. It's not the end of the world. Yeah, it's a pain to have to do it, right? It's a pain. But it's a game, and it's not impossible to find a new demon to bind. I'm gonna prove it to you guys, so... Okay. Let's go to this guy here. Okay, and there you go. Bound a new demon. Let's see what stats. Not bad. Extra strong, stone skin, cursed, extra fast, spectral hit, and are enchanted. So he's kind of got it all. He's probably not the best DPS that I could have on Bind Demon, but those are still some very strong mods. So coupled with the DPS on my Mercenary and my Goatman, it should suffice. Okay, here's some new skills. Not bad, nothing too exciting either. Okay. Let's make our way down here. See, he would be cool to capture because he had fanaticism, but undead are not considered as demons, so can't actually use bind skill on them. Has to be a demon class or it won't work. Okay, so we found the pit again. Wasn't too long there. I'm just gonna go to town quick and sell that for gold. It's still early ladder, so I'm building up everything I can. Do we need any of that? Not really. Same here. Don't really need any of that. And last but not least, yeah, I mean, the stats on this suck. I've got the level 10 enchant, but that's not really worth anything. Okay, I'm just gonna sell that to Charcy. Again, it's one of those uniques that they made that are highly questionable. Even the worst rune words kind of beat out uniques like that. So anyway, moving on here. Come on, I'm really hoping for a decent drop at some point. So one thing's for sure, it's a lot slower going than an Echoing Blades build. Sorry, Echoing Strike. I don't know why I keep saying Echoing Blades. Echoing Strike build. But it's also a lot less gear dependent. Like I showed you guys, I'm wearing all Magic Find gear. We're currently in Hell. And while I can't say we're invulnerable, we're definitely making our way through here. So, you know, pretty crazy. So the summoning build is good for that, you know what I mean? It will get you through the content despite what you're wearing. So that's kind of what I was trying to test out. And I gotta say, I'm not disappointed, you know, like, it does really well. It plays like the Necromancer, basically. You can count on it to clear the content and to do really well. Should be coming up on level 2 any moment now. But it is good to clear all the content. You just never know who's gonna drop what. And that's the problem with destination farming, is if you only farm, like, say, level 2 or whatever, and skip around, you're gonna miss the opportunity that comes from all those other monsters along the way to your destination. So that's why I try to stay away from destination farming, is what I call it. You have better odds and you clear more content also when it comes to magic finding. A lot of people complain about never finding anything, but they also clear very selective content. And so, you know, you miss out on a lot of various things that way. Let's grab some health pots before we leave. Okay, here we go, level 2. Okay, so really disappointing drops overall, but you guys know how it goes with this game. It's a lot of luck and a lot of RNG, so I don't need to be carrying this attack rating charm. I'm not using any attack rating skills. But so there you have it, guys. You know, very under-geared, novice build. Right, you can basically be wearing just about anything, it seems, and you can still take on hell. Mind you, this is Act 1, right? And some areas do pose considerable challenge. I don't want to set you guys with false expectations, but I think if you give it an honest shot and you invest wisely into skills, I think you can very easily make and take a build of the Warlock early ladder all the way through hell content. I will be doing the same for mine, and I'll be making more videos as I do, so catch you in the next one.